Have you ever wondered what really separates a plain old suburb from a place that actually feels like a true community? Well, today we're going to dig into a real estate group's analysis of Farragut, Tennessee, to explore that exact question. We're going to unpack what makes this particular town tick, and it seems to all come down to one single powerful idea.
So that's really the big question here, isn't it? We've all seen places with nice houses, maybe even good schools, that just, well, they feel a little disconnected. So what's the secret ingredient? Is it just about having the right amenities, or is there something deeper, some kind of design principle that turns a collection of streets into a genuine home?
Well, the source we're looking at today says the answer is this concept, intentional design. This is the core idea that a community's best features, its schools, its parks, the whole rhythm of daily life, these things aren't just happy accidents. They're actually built on purpose to work together to create a very specific and very deliberate kind of lifestyle.
Okay, let's dive into Farragut as our case study here. The way this analysis frames it, Farragut isn't just another suburb of Knoxville. No, it's presented as an environment that has been deliberately crafted to create a culture of stability, especially for families.
And this isn't just some abstract theory. Listen to this quote from the source. It gets right to the heart of it. People who live there actually feel it. They talk about this tangible sense of structure and predictability, something they say is missing in other places that grew too fast, too randomly. Basically, it feels reliable.
So what does this intentional planning actually look like day to day?
Well, it's not one big thing. It's 100 little things.
We're talking about roads that are designed to slow cars down and make streets safer for kids. It's about a local government that actually listens to feedback. And, maybe most importantly, it's this focus on long-term health over that kind of crazy explosive growth that can really strain a town's resources and its identity.
All right, let's break this down. The first major pillar of this whole design is the school system. And in Farragut, the schools are framed as way more than just a place to learn. They are the social and structural anchors for the entire community.
And here's why that's so important. A top-tier school system becomes this incredibly powerful anchor. Families don't just move in for a couple of years. The analysis notes they're often planning to plant roots until their kids graduate high school. Just imagine the effect that has on a neighborhood. You get this incredible stability, with families all growing up together over, a decade or more.
And you can see this play out all the time. Friday night football games, the school play, bake sales. These aren't just school activities. They're town events. This is where parents become friends on the sidelines, where kids grow up with the same group of friends from kindergarten to graduation, and where a really strong shared local identity gets built.
And this idea of an anchor for the community doesn't stop with the schools. It stretches right out into the town's green spaces. The analysis describes Farragut's parks not as some kind of bonus or luxury, but as something absolutely essential to how the town functions every single day. The source uses this really powerful phrase here, everyday infrastructure. Think about that for a second. That puts parks in the same category as roads, water, and power. They're not just for a fun weekend trip, they're an essential integrated part of a family's daily routine. That's a real game changer in terms of city planning.
And that infrastructure is really balanced. On one hand, you have McFee Park. That's the energetic hub with the sports fields, the playgrounds, the splash pads. And then on the other hand, you have Anchor Park, which is this much calmer waterfront spot for things like picnics or just relaxing. The town gives you both rhythms, structured play and quiet time.
It's not just about two big parks either. The whole place is connected by this network of smaller greenways and walking paths. It makes it safe for kids to bike around or for the family to take a walk in the evening without having to deal with a lot of traffic. It's all about making that outdoor life safe and super accessible.
Okay, so we've got schools and we've got parks. The last big piece here, the final pillar in this design, is how the neighborhoods themselves are actually built. The source argues that even the layout of the streets in Farragut is a tool for building community.
Just think about it for a second. Sidewalks that actually encourage people to take a stroll after dinner. Cul-de-sacs where kids can safely play street hockey. Shared neighborhood pools that become the natural gathering spot all summer long. These aren't just random features. They are specific design choices meant to pull people out of their houses and get them talking to each other. And this whole philosophy isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. The source points to different neighborhoods that all have their own distinct feel. You've got the golf course vibe of Foxden, or the more walkable, charming feel of Village Green. But the key thing is they all kind of follow the same playbook. They're just different flavors of that stable, family-focused environment.
So we've looked at the different pieces, the schools, the parks, the way the neighborhoods are designed. Now let's put it all together and see what kind of lifestyle actually emerges from all this intentional planning.
So, when you mix it all up, this is what you get. The final product is this lifestyle built on predictable routines, a really strong community culture, and then all the practical stuff like easy commutes and a stable housing market. It's the whole package that really creates the value here.
And to make it feel a bit more real, this source kind of walks us through a typical day. It's this rhythm, right? The morning's all about smooth school runs. The afternoon shifts to practices at the local parks. Evenings are for family dinners and walks where you actually run into your neighbors. And weekends? Well, those are centered around community sports and events. It's a life that's built on a very predictable, and for many, a very reassuring structure.
And what makes it all work is this careful balance. You've got easy access to all the shopping and jobs in West Knoxville, but the neighborhoods themselves stay quiet and residential. That separation is absolutely key to preserving that calm, family-first identity. So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that the appeal of a place like Farragut is no accident. It's the direct result of intentional design, where every single gear in the machine, the schools, the parks, the neighborhoods, is calibrated to produce one specific thing: a stable, predictable, and deeply community-oriented lifestyle.
But, this leaves us with one last, pretty important question to think about. This analysis paints a really compelling picture of a community that's designed with laser focus. But if a town is so intentionally designed to support one very specific lifestyle, what does that mean for people who don't quite fit that mold? Who gets unintentionally left out? It's definitely something worth considering.